Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and that was a first. I just had there was a couple of ladies that were cleaning my house, and one of them came and knocked on my office door when I was about to do this video and asked me if I could come in the bathroom because one of them was cleaning the inside of the shower. It had a sliding glass door, and somehow the sliding glass had gotten off of the track and she couldn't get out of the shower. That was pretty good. I'm sure it was a funny conversation that they had when they were trying to decide whether to come get me to help them get out of the shower. But being the digital asset investor, I was able to help them. No, that has absolutely nothing to do with being a digital asset investor. Okay, coinpaprika.com, everything's looking nice and flat right now. Not a lot going on. I haven't bought any today, but I'm not above it. Look at IOTA, down a little bit. Okay, now we covered this morning, the digital dollar project, but it's interesting to, I started seeing people kind of looking around and saying, okay, so Ripple's in the game for this technology sandbox. And in my last video, I said, yeah, digital asset, let me show you who they are. I remembered who they were. I had not heard of these two companies, but we found out more. Matt Marley had sent me some on this Knox company, and I'll show you. So here's the announcement from Digital Dollar Project. This MTech and Knox are the two companies we want to look at. First of all, what I found was that Carmel Cadet is the CEO and founder of MTech. When she left IBM to go to MTech, to go start MTech. Well, what was significant here is, and I don't know if this is still the case, but IBM, because we used to cover it a lot, IBM had what's called WorldWire, IBM Blockchain WorldWire, how it works. And WorldWire was with Stellar. IBM, it was Jesse Lund, but I don't know if that's still in existence or not, but still, I thought that was quite interesting. Then Knox Networks was mentioned, okay? These are the investors in Knox Networks: Swift, Google, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, Consensus, our buddy Joseph Lubin, Diem, which is no longer, and then Bretton Woods. Now, when I saw Bretton Woods committee, I know I've done videos on this before, so I wanted to just, for those of you that haven't seen it, show you a couple of people, interesting people that are in the Bretton Woods. First is this. Now, by the way, everything we're covering right now goes in the All the World's a Stage file, which is, we've got file B, because the red file, All the World's a Stage file, has gotten so large. So now we've got a file B, right? These are some of the people that are members of the Bretton Woods committee, and the one that jumps out at you first would be that one, Yvonne Bettinger Rothschild. Okay, there's one. And then if you go up here and you look at organizational members, Soros Fund Management, who is also an investor in Balisan, which we can't talk about because it's the most secretive custody project in the world for digital asset custody. And you've got just about every bank that you can think of that's a member here. But then you get down to the bottom, and what do you see? Swift and Sullivan Cromwell. Is that Jay Clayton's Sullivan Cromwell? I think it is. Simpson Thatcher is Hinman's. Jay Clayton's firm is Sullivan Cromwell. Now, in case it's not all starting to come together for you, and this also, folks, starts to go in the All the World's Stage file. So we've got Ripple is showing up in FedNow, is showing up in the Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Digital Pound Foundation, United Nations, remember Exchange, the United Nations Carbon Exchange built on the XRP ledger. We've seen it in documentation at the IMF, at the World Economic Forum, and I could go on. This list goes on, folks. It's not just this. Sorry for all that, and a lot of people would say, oh, that's hype. You're saying Ripple's involved in that. Well, no. This is all documented, and it's the fact, Jack. All right, and so against the backdrop of all those things, just a little reminder, I think Link 2 ran out of Ripple equity, and they loaded back up. So if you're interested in getting Ripple equity before all this really goes off, go in the top of the description of this video, click on my link, and tell them DAI sent you. It might matter. I don't know. Okay, now check this out. This is the, if you remember, Fred Rispoli. He's the attorney that a while back filed a lawsuit, I think a personal lawsuit against Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman, and then he pulled the lawsuit. Okay, well, he was on BitBoy Crypto today. Listen to this clip.
And one of the things we're going to be working on is getting people back some airdrops that they're entitled to that they hadn't. The first on my list is Songbird. So if you are waiting for your Songbird and you've had an exchange that promised it to you and did not, we are looking for a lead plaintiff. That's somebody who's willing to put their name on the lawsuit and go up against some of these exchanges, and we'll get the Songbird back. And then lastly, and I'm happy to answer any questions, but the regulation by enforcement with the SEC, people need to realize that is a two-way street. We do not have to wait for the SEC to file the next lawsuit against Binance Coin or Cardano or XLM. If you are interested in going on the offense against the SEC and you hold any coin, not XRP, that's being handled, shoot me an email, info@XRP lawsuits, contact@hodllaw.org, and we can talk about it, because it's time to take the fight to the SEC.
Wow. So he's about to go after some of these exchanges who have not given people their Songbird, and is going to start filing lawsuits against the SEC. The can of worms has finally been opened. Gary Gensler resign. You may start hearing bigger and larger drum beats for that, because this is about to be a mess, folks. Now look at this. Speaking of messes, breaking report. That looks like a thumbnail. Now, what this is, folks, is this, and I don't get into politics on this channel, but I had to touch this in order to make a point about the SEC. Breaking report, Representative James Comer drops a bomb on the Biden administration, says he has dozens of whistleblowers from FBI, Border Patrol, and other top law enforcement agencies speaking to lawmakers. Let's look at what the rest of it says. Governor DeSantis approves don't tread on me license plate. All right, I don't know about all that. Okay, so I retweeted this and I said, hey, Hester Pierce, can't we get just one whistleblower from the SEC? Looks like the other agencies still have a few good guys left. All right, and then there's this. There's all kinds of stuff dropping today, folks. Just in, D.C. Attorney General sues MicroStrategy and Chairman Michael Saylor for tax fraud. New today, we're suing Michael Saylor, a billionaire tech executive who has lived in the district for more than a decade but has never paid any D.C. income taxes, for tax fraud. We're also suing his company, MicroStrategy, for conspiring to help him evade taxes he legally owes on hundreds of millions of dollars he earned while living in D.C. I mean, wow, folks. Then there was this, folks. I was watching a video where Vitalik Buterin and Brian Armstrong from Coinbase were being interviewed, and they said this.
Let's all work together. I mean, I don't know, like there's too many like little tribal things happening in crypto. I mean, I think if you talk to Vitalik and I, like we love Bitcoin, we hold a lot of Bitcoin. Like I don't want to speak for you. I don't know. I do. And it's not just Bitcoin. There's Solana, there's a million like apps and tokens and things out there. And like, basically sometimes people get too inwardly focused about like which one's better and flame wars. But the whole point of this is like, let's just get like a couple billion people in the world using crypto every day broadly. I don't even care which one it is. Like we're supportive of all this stuff. So, and it's not even about like competition between different crypto companies that much. It's like, how do we grow the size of the pie 100x? That's at least my view. So there's a lot of collaboration also. I think it's basically you just have to kind of ignore a lot of the, like, there's a bunch of like chatter on social media and stuff that can be very distracting. And that's the other question I was going to ask you, Vitalik, if we had time, was like, how do you deal with all the haters? But I think just don't read the comments and keep building good stuff. But I don't know, Vitalik, what would be your message to the crypto community?
Yeah, I mean, I think as I've said again a bit earlier here, if you want to see, if you believe in crypto because you want crypto to bring about some particular thing, then go build the thing. We need to, I think, a bit to have a bit more of that lovely, juicy, definite optimism in our crypto world. And I think if more people did that, that would even help bring more positivity into the space, right? I think.
Yeah, okay. So I translated what they're saying here. Now that our two inferior technologies that we love, Bitcoin and Ethereum, have favorable regulatory treatment from the SEC in secret meetings and then the Bill Hinman speech, we want to all get along and have you stop calling us out. Brian Armstrong and Vitalik Buterin, we go away when there's a level playing field, period, end of story. It's real easy for you guys to call for these kumbaya moments when Ethereum has been given a free pass that it didn't deserve, it's not decentralized, and Bitcoin gets a free pass too when they know darn well who Satoshi Nakamoto is. I'm not saying they as in these two guys. I'm saying the government knows, we know they know because we have the video. We have the video where the Homeland Security said that they met with the 4 Satoshis. So they know, which means other powerful people know on Wall Street. And so it's one big freaking lie. And they know, these guys, I'm not saying these guys know who it is, but I am saying I'll bet you dimes to donuts that they know that it's known who it is. The other thing, and then there's this from ProCoin News. I thought this was hilarious. That's why I wanted to cover it. ProCoinNews.com, who is the official sponsor of the Digital Asset Investor Hunting and Fishing Club. Breaking, ProCoin News calls for Gary Gensler to resign and does not take the article down. So this is what was funny. They did the article like the same way Forbes did it, but they didn't take it down. They left it alone. Not taking orders from anyone. So there you go. Kudos to ProCoin News. Then now this is what's funny is now these congressmen are literally poking fun at Gary Gensler. They're literally making fun of the SEC chairman, deservedly so. FSC Dems, it would be great to have Chair Gensler come in and talk to us and testify before our committee. Financial Committee Republicans have questions. Better yet, bring all the SEC commissioners along to discuss your recent rulemaking agenda. You've been busy. And then Tom Emmer comes in. Come in and talk, Gary Gensler, and he's retweeting that tweet. I mean, this is getting great. Then I wanted to remind everybody today, I just decided today would be a good day. John Deaton had tweeted out his famous tweet, "These are the facts and they are not in dispute," on October 10th, 2021. To this day, these are the facts and they are not in dispute, and not one person in Congress has called for an investigation. And I copied all the congressmen on the Finance Committee so they will know that going into this election, we have not forgotten. All right. Then I also wanted to remind Vitalik Buterin today, since he's out talking, I was asking him, has he seen Joseph Lubin? Because we have not seen Joseph Lubin since he was on stage with this woman who was actually asking him questions at Consensus. My favorite question she asked was this one.
But I know lots of people are focused on doing that.
Early ICO investors.
Look at him holding that arm, by the way, his elbow.
To use different tactics to buy into the ICO using multiple accounts, using multiple different identities. That's not a concern for you moving into the merge. About investors that potentially could have.
Zero concern.
I believe that question right there, I believe that his cell phone had to have started ringing. His lawyer said, "You are not answering any more questions on any stage from now on." I mean, that's what I would have done, and I'm not an attorney. Then Jungle Inc. put this out today. Look at this. I remember, listen, folks, I've been around for a while. I remember a couple of years ago, this is just one piece of the FUD that has gone around about XRP and Ripple over the years. I remember it like it was yesterday. Somebody was trying to float the rumor that you could reverse the transactions on the XRP ledger and that Ripple could freeze accounts. Well, listen to what Joseph Lubin's plans are.
And it's going to get increasingly complicated as it turns into $1 trillion issue rather than a $100 million issue. So I think there will be lobbyists over time that make arguments that it is an improvement to the Ethereum protocol to enable certain kinds of money to be pulled back.
Do you have an opinion, though, on whether or not they should allow it?
If we can define very comprehensive, detailed contexts, really talk through those things where we think that enabling the reversal of transactions effectively will improve the Ethereum protocol, then I'm in favor.
Okay, there you go. Then Eleanor Terrett, who's all of a sudden gotten busy, chairman of the Subcommittee on Economic and Consumer Policy, has sent letters. Congressman Raja has sent letters to the U.S. Treasury, SEC, CFTC, requesting info on steps they are taking to combat crypto-related scams. And here it is right here. And so I said to him, your investigation should begin right here. We've got the Homeland Security video where they're saying they know who the 4 Satoshis are because they've met with them. Then at the end of this, I added the Joseph Lubin video where he's talking about the disguised whales from the Ethereum ICO and how he helped them use multiple identities to hide themselves. And so these would be the 2 biggest lies in crypto. If you want to focus on scams, focus on that. Okay? I said it here. Biggest scam in crypto, number 1, is the "we don't know who Satoshi is" scam. That is the biggest scam in crypto. And the way you know it is that not one of these Bitcoin maxis, not one of the influencers that are big Bitcoin maxis, not one of them will play that video of the Homeland Security agent. And why do you think that is? Because they know it's a scam. That's why it is. There's not a lot of truth in crypto, folks. Not real truth. There's too many hidden lies, folks. And I'm not talking about the scammers. I'm talking about the mainstream stuff, the stuff they're trying to make you think is mainstream. The Bitcoin and Ethereum stuff. That's where the biggest lies are. Roger Ver told the truth here. Buying Bitcoin isn't like buying shares in early internet. It's like buying shares in MySpace on the early internet. Have to agree. Now, you know what? I'm going to cut this off. This guy deserves it. I'm not even going to cover Jim Cramer. I do want to bring something to your attention that was brought to my attention by Mark Phillips. Gary Gensler resign. He, very nice guy. He's the guy from the infamous article I always like to remind everyone. Go to Google and type XRP was made. I think it was made for $10,000 or XRP, something to that effect. He wrote an article that's infamous. Now he sent me a message and he reminded me. He made me aware of something that I didn't really know. I'm not one of the technical guys, but I want to show you this. This is what you're looking at is XRP scan, that vote for the XLS. I think I'm saying that right. XLS 20 token so that we can have NFTs on the XRP ledger. Well, what Mark made me aware of is that because I had talked about Arrington XRP Capital and it looks like they voted against it. Well, he said that's not what's going on. If you don't vote, it automatically goes as a nay. And so Michael Arrington did not vote against this amendment. He just hasn't voted yet. So Michael Arrington, and he's Brad Garlinghouse's best friend. So Brad or Michael, if either one of y'all is listening, Brad, tell your best friend that he needs to vote yay. They're at 85%, but it never hurts for Michael Arrington as long as he's got a validator to go ahead and vote for this thing to pass. We need all the percentages we can get. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family that Michael Arrington needs to go ahead and vote, because I know that he's not against this thing.